Yeah. Coke fed, press some head, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, now guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. Our stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bag, don't touch my perk.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream. We won't be on long tonight. I've been down and out with the actual flu this week, so I'm trying to take it easy because I've got a full day tomorrow. We've got wheelchair basketball tournament coming to our gym, and so I have to open up at 7, got to wake up at 6, so I'm going to make this kind of short. Plus, as you guys know, I don't really do shows where we blow teams out because there's not a lot to say. The only reason why we're really doing it is because, one, the Thunder kind of came back tonight, did what we thought they were going to do. Number one, come back out and just put it on someone. Number two, it was nice having a full roster, except for A.J. Mitchell, who will be back, to my calculations, April the 4th. So that'll be right in playoff time, so I don't know exactly where we'll be at that point. But it was just nice having a full complement. By that I mean SGA, J-Dub, Dort, Chet, Ihart starting off. Then you've got Kaysen, you've got Caruso, you've got Wiggins, you've got K-Rich, all coming back. So that was just nice having the full complement of players. Now, he did play 11, or 10 or 11, which, it is. Oh, Isaiah Joe is the 10th. And that's what the Thunder are going to do. They're going to play 10 or 11, 12 people. But, to me, when you get later in the playoffs, you've got to go with the right roster. And number two, once again, and I'm going to keep harping this, how you play J-Dub and SGA the same amount of minutes, I don't care what anybody says, how the F can you do that? And I'm going to call this coach out. I'm going to mark it down every time it happens, okay? We're going to do it every single time that he does that. We're going to mark it down just to see how often does he do that with trying to, because we're going to call him out on it. We're going to call him out on it, okay? Tonight, SGA played 31 minutes, and Jalen Williams played 28, which is 3 minutes different. So there's not a lot we can really say to that because he did. And remember, the Thunder are -3 with SGA on the bench, plus 15, 16 with him in the game. So how you can sit him for 7 minutes in the second quarter, once again, which is the quarter, and I'm going to bring this up over and over and over till you all understand what I'm saying. It's every time it happens, hey, baby, I know. Ace is trying to give him some love. I missed him. I've been gone all day. So if you have a pit bull, you know exactly what I'm saying. They're the biggest babies, and they want attention is what they want. But that being said, we get beat in the second quarter. That's where San Antonio beat us. That's where the Nuggets beat us. That's where the Mavericks have beat us 3 times. That's where Golden State has beat us twice. The minutes manager, the 2 minutes too long is what he is, and it's going to cost us by him doing that. And until he stops, the Thunder are going to be vulnerable until he stops that. There's no reason to sit SGA for that long. It's just idiotic sitting for 7 minutes. It's crazy. But that's what Dagnall does, and then you can sit there and say, oh, well, we're winning games. Well, yeah, we're winning them, but we're losing. We done lost 7 games we shouldn't have lost because of your stupid minutes managing. So, whatever you can say, whatever you want to the uninformed, but we know what the hell you're doing. We see you costing, like I said, you were going to cost us 12 games. We're at 7. I'm going to go back and check 7 or 8 that he's cost us because of his minutes management. And originally I said he would cost us 5, and then after those losses that we lost, I said, screw that, I'm going to go up to 12. So we have 28 games left, and we'll see how many of those 28 is going to cost, how many games it's going to cost us. But on a grid story, let's go and talk about something good. We started the game with SGA, J-Dub, Dort, Chet, and Ihart. So we know that's going to be our 5. And they said something tonight that since Wemby's out, that Dort can be the player of the year, the defensive player of the year. He's not going to win defensive player of the year. And I've been wondering why Dort has not been our defensive team. And the reason why, he makes critical mistakes at the end of games. He does stupid fouls, fouling three-point shooters, fouling stuff like that. And what they're basically NBA saying is that all NBA defensive players don't make dumb mistakes down the stretch that can cost your team games or cost your team games. That's why he hasn't gotten it. Because I had to go back and think, how the hell he is the torture chamber. He's one of the best defenders in the league. We're stopping people. I don't get it. But that's why. Because I started going back and looking at it. That's the only reason it's keeping him back, because there's no reason he shouldn't be all NBA. But when you commit stupid fouls, which he has not done this year, I think only once, maybe twice. I'm talking about end of game. Because remember last year against Utah, he did it. So I think that's the reason why he has not been on all defensive team. But is he one of the top 15 defensive players in the league? Hell yes, he is. Top 10 for sure. But you cannot commit dumb fouls, and that's what he does. Now, that being said, Chet, fourth game back, looked a lot better tonight. Came off hitting a three. Liked what I saw from Chet tonight. Remember against Minnesota, he just looked off. He did. He just looked off balance. His feet were not under him, and you could just tell that he was not himself. But tonight he looked a lot better, I thought. So with the score of 14-10, you have SGA, J-Dub, Dort, Caruso, and Chet. So you sit iHeart, and you bring in Caruso, and we're up 4. And then when you sent J-Dub, we're up 16-10 with 5 minutes once again. Why aren't you sitting him at 6:47? Just pull him out. Let's go. And then to close out the quarter, you got, 18-12 with 4 minutes to go. You got SGA, Case, and Caruso, K-Rich, and Wiggins, which I didn't like so much. But you ended up doing okay. Closing out the quarter up 29-22. I just did not like that lineup as much. And I don't know why. I just did not like it. It did not look smooth. And Wiggins, remember, did not score the whole first half. Second half is when he scored. And I think him scoring now is helping his defense. I think the more he scores, the more he knows he's going to play, the better he can be defensively. I think that's what's happening with with him. So we'll see how that works out. But anyway, to start the second quarter, it's 29-22. You have J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Wiggins, and iHeart, which I do like iHeart. I like Chet and SGA together. I like iHeart and J-Dub, which I've said together. I like that group together. I like the fact that, number one, no Jang and no Jones tonight. I like that. I don't want to see either one of them at all. Rashawn, what's up? You're late, brother. I just got on, so you're golden, bro. You're not late. Because we're not going to be on that long. I've been sick as a mother, man, with the flu. I mean, I've been, man, sick, so sick, bro. Bad. The flu is no joke. Next year I will definitely go get me a damn flu shot. I can promise you that. But anyway, with 6 minutes to 40 seconds to go in the second quarter, it's 44-35. You have J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Lou Dort, and Chet in the game. And all of a sudden you bring SGA back in. And by the way, he barely got his 50th straight game with 20 points. He was struggling tonight. But once again, teams are going to do the second half. They're going to take the ball out of SGA's hands. They're going to force other players to make plays. And until we put the right person at the top of the key to catch the ball when they do that to him, that's going to make the difference. But am I worried about SGA? No. I'm not worried about him at all. So, but Thunder ended up making a run at 68-47 to start the third quarter. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I did not see what was that? First quarter, second quarter. Yeah, I missed the third quarter, so I don't know what the third quarter was because we have the wheelchair basketball tournament tomorrow. So I won't be able I missed the whole third quarter simply because we got done with our league and I was helping them set everything up. And let's face it, those of us that have legs, you have to be appreciative and remember how lucky you are that you have both feet, that you have both legs, that you have both arms. And for those who don't, you do what you need to do to help them and make sure that they can feel better about themselves and integrate them back into the community as much as possible. So, but anyway, I love watching. This is the 5th year I've done this, and I love watching these guys play. I like the little ones especially. Watching them go at it. Well, not the little, I'm talking about the high school ones. I love watching them go at it because they're so good. Knocking down threes, the way they maneuver the chair, they get knocked over, they bounce back up by themselves without help, which to me still amazes the hell out of me every time I see it. So, But anyway, back to the Thunder. The Thunder, in the fourth quarter, we started J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, Isaiah Hartenstein, Ihart, Kaysen, and Wiggins. And it was 68-47. Uh, then I came back in and watched the game, and it was 116-97 with SGA, Kaysen, Joe, and Isaiah Chet. Ended up being 130-107. And but it was just nice seeing us as a group, whole, except for, like I said, except for AJ Mitchell, who'll be back to fourth. This game was all right. I like how we started defensively. Shea is the MVP. I agree with you, Hotspot, but we've got to play better, and I think we will. I'm really not worried about that so much, but we have got to play better without question. So let's look at the end of the game. Jazz, the Thunder, now improved to 45-10. Jazz are 13-42. Jazz 15 for 41 from the three. We were 19 of 43. Not bad. Not bad. 45% from them, 47% for us. 43 rebounds to 51. We out-rebounded them with the two bigs, which is a nice sign for the Thunder. Having Ihart and Chet, I think, makes a huge difference. One of them, which allows SGA to slide in, which allows J-Dub to slide in, allows Wiggins to slide in, allows Dort to slide in, allows Kaysen to slide in, allows Caruso to slide in. It makes a huge difference having those two bigs in there. Pips, points in the paint, we out-rebounded them or outscored them by 2 points. And then the big thing is, once again, here we go, turnovers. 21 turnovers for them, 12 for us. Once again, our defense. It's just ridiculous. 57-44, bench scoring, and then, of course, in the box scoring, it comes out to, this is what it comes out to. Man, that's awful huge. I don't know why that's like that. I should have checked that. I'll have to check that from now on. We haven't done it in a week. That's why. Hotspot says, if we can learn how to be mentally tough and actually hustle, and our muscle on the boards will be unstoppable. I agree. I think we hustle. I don't think that's a problem. Mentally tough, I think we're there. I think we've been mentally tough for quite a while. Rashawn, Jay did not play. Talking about Jay Will, I'm assuming. You are right. Looks like Mark did the same. Shea, Chet, J-Dub, Ihart. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think J-Dub and Ihart are great together. I think SGA and Chet are great together. My problem with J-Dub, like he tried to throw some passes in the All-Star game. He's trying to be cool and do stuff that he doesn't have the skill set to do some of the stuff he's trying to do. What you see, his passes are being more or off balance on his alley-oops. Dude, just go back to making straight plays. Quit trying to be something you're not. I mean, I know you're getting a big head because you're an all-star, but come on, bro. Go back to your basic stuff. You don't try to do and get out of your box. You're not as good as you think you are. You need to go back to the fundamentals, make good plays. That's what would put you on the radar with people. Stay within your zone. Stay within yourself. Don't try to do too much. Hotspot, this team needs a Dennis Rodman-like player or Hartenstein or Hartenstein and J. Will. Excuse me. This team needs a Dennis Rodman-like player in Ihart or J. Will. Well, neither one of them are Dennis Rodman. There will never be another Dennis Rodman, bro. So that's not even up for discussion. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I didn't want to blow my nose in everybody's ear. That's never going to happen, bro. Our best defender that qualifies for Defensive Player of the Year is SGA. No, I mean, I think our defense with SGA, with Carew, like I said, our best five to me is SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet. And then when we go small like we did tonight with K-Rich. The Kaysen, Caruso, and Wiggins, or Kaysen, Caruso, and Dort, that three, like when you have a Luka or somebody like that. So when they switch, you have that. So like when we play Boston, whether you have Jaylen Brown or whether you have Jason Tatum, he's running into one of those three guys nonstop. So that's what I'm interested in. That's what I like. That's what I want to see nonstop with that group. So anyway, but back to this. Chet tonight, 28 minutes. He looked a lot better to me. 7 for 15, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 blocks. I thought he had a fourth one, but I don't know if that was him. That must have went to SGA, must have. Because Shea had 3, so they may have gave him a block that I thought gave SGA the block. J Dub, 28 minutes, 6 for 14, 4 for 7, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. I thought he played pretty good tonight. 18 points, Chet 20. Like I said, when Chet coming back, the person that's going to affect scoring is J Dub. That's who it's going to affect, not SGA. Now, SGA did have a bad game, but when you look at his stats, you'll see why. Ihart, 4 for 10, 13 rebounds, 8 points. He missed some points that he probably should have had, but that kept him from getting another double-double. SGA, 32 minutes, 7 for 16, 1 for 4, 8 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 steal, and for 21 points. Barely getting his 50th, like I said, in a row. 50th time in a row getting 20 points or more. That's what I was trying to talk about. Lu Dort, 26 minutes, 3 for 8, 0 for 4, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 9 points. So I liked what I saw. And then when you go down to Rich, Rich, I thought played well, 10 minutes, 6 points. Caruso, 18 minutes, 8 points, but his defense is just his smarts and what he does and getting his hand on the ball and the way he moves is just mind-boggling. I just love him. Just love him and always have. Isaiah Joe, 18 minutes, 5 for 9, 3 for 6, 50% from 3, 15 points. He's got to be 3 for 7. He's got to knock down the threes. Okay, 5 for 9, still a good night for him. Not unhappy with Isaiah Joe at all. And then of course Wiggins, 22 minutes, 3 for 7. I didn't think that Aaron played all that well. I thought he played okay. When first came back, I'm not going to beat him up. I mean, he looked a little out of sorts to me. That's what he looked to me. Kaysen, great having Kaysen back. 22 minutes, 4 for 6, 10 points. I thought he was just solid. 5 assists, 2 steals. He just does what he does. He does what he does. And steals here, it said we had 10 steals, and out of their 21 turnovers. And once again, that's the Thunder signature. 21 turnovers, 10 of those were steals. K-Rich did not play long, but it seemed like he played longer. That's crazy. Yeah, K-Rich 10 minutes. Yeah, I think that it's hard to get K-Rich minutes now simply because you have Chet and Ihart. And unless you're going to go small, it's kind of, K-Rich is one of those where you can only play him when they go small. Because to me, he is that guy on the roster. Let's think about this. When you go past your 5, that's your 5, which is Chet, J-Dub, Ihart, SGA, Lu Dort. That's your 5. Then really after that, it's Kaysen Wallace. Okay, 22 minutes. Then it's Isaiah Joe and Caruso. So that's your 8. Okay, that's your 8. Then you have Wiggins in there. That's your 9. So to me, that's your 9 right there. You've got Kaysen, you got Wiggins, you have Joe in order of what I'm looking at that should be playing a lot of minutes. It's Kaysen, Wiggins, Caruso, then Isaiah Joe. That's your 9. And then if you need to play K-Rich at the 10, which is what he did tonight, I'm okay with that. But, we play him when he goes smaller. But you're right, Hotspot. He didn't play long, but it seemed like he played longer. It really did. It was really deceiving. So let's go ahead and look at the Thunder's next 10 games, just like we always do. We have big game Sunday at Minnesota, and then we turn around Monday, play them here, which I need to call my boy and see if we got our tickets for that. And so we'll see what happens with that game. But anyway, the Thunder played T-Wolves, which, of course, the T-Wolves lost tonight in a game at Houston. And then they turn around, they'll play us at home and then play us here, which I think is crazy. I don't know why we just didn't go back-to-back there. When we were there, play every other day. Play Thursday, turn around, play Saturday. You're already there. Why are you going to do that? Because now we played there Thursday before the All-Star break. You come back and play there again this Sunday. And then the next day you fly to Oklahoma City, both teams, and you play in Oklahoma City Monday night. That makes zero sense to me what the league did that, but that's what they did. So now, of course, we are 2-1 in our first 3 games. And then here we have the last 7 games. That's at the T-Wolves at Paycom at home, then at the Nets, at the Hawks, at the Spurs, the Rockets at home, and then at the Grizzlies. So let's look at this. We have to split the T-Wolves. I would like to go 2-0 against them. Let me see. Rashawn says, before I forget, they should have canceled the All-Star game. We're going after the break, Rashawn, we're going to come back and talk about the All-Star game. It was unwatchable. I agree 100%, but we're going to talk about that after the break, okay, bro? But anyway, when I look at the schedule, we have 4 50-50 games, and we all know what 50-50 games are. 50-50 games are when you're playing teams that are on your level, that you could win or lose depending on what moves are made during the game by the coaching staff. Okay, those are 50-50 games. So we have 4 of those. The T-Wolves there on Sunday, the T-Wolves home on Monday, the Rockets at home on the 3rd, and then the Grizzlies 2 days later, the Grizzlies. Remember, we busted them up. Okay? Just that's what it is. So those are the 4. And then in between that, we should beat the Nets, we should beat the Hawks, and we should beat the Spurs because without Wemby, they're not the same team. And, let's pray for him that blood clot in his shoulder gets healed and he's out the rest of the year. But that's weird having a blood clot. That's also very scary because that gets to your heart, you're dead. So, but of course they have the best doctors in the world working on him, so I'm not really worried about that so much. But let's pray for the big fella, and hopefully he'll be able to come back next year and be ready to play. So, of the 4 games, so let me see, right now the Thunder, based on what we should win, those 3 games we should win, at the Nets, at the Hawks, that's 5 games. So that's 5. And then you have the T-Wolves twice, the Rockets at home, and the Grizzlies at home. So you have 2 home games. So the first thing you have to do is you have to hold serve at home, which means you got to win at home against the Rockets, and you got to win at home against the Wolves. So that puts you at 7. Okay? That gets you 7 wins right there of the 10. And then you have at the Wolves and at the Grizzlies. And the question is, what happens there? Now, remember, the Thunder, what do? Every time we lose and we play bad, the next time we play that team, we thump them. But here's the issue with that, is we play them Sunday there, and I think Chet will have a bigger game. Remember, that's where he's from. So I think he'll have a better game because he played terrible. Falling down, he just looked. But it was only his 3rd game back, and you could just tell he didn't have his legs under him. So tonight he looked a lot better. So I expect him to play better there this Sunday to make up for what happened to him last time. And then number 2, we turn around and play them again back-to-back on back-to-back nights here. So depending on what happens in that game is going to depend on what happens on Monday. But remember, Thursday, that game that we just lost before the All-Star break, number 1, Ant came out on fire. SGA did not. He fired up their young guys. They played all their young guys, remember? And that made all the difference with them. I mean, the guy has averaged 2 points a game. He had 13 the first half. Made all the work, gave the guy confidence, and it was over after that. It meant more to them than us, clearly. But we'll see now with 28 games left what the situation will be and what's going to happen. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back and let's get into this. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit those guys up. They love to take care of you. If you have a water treatment plant in your city or your county, hit those guys up, and they'll make sure that you have clean drinking water. Because we always say, who the hell does not want clean drinking water? I know I do, because I have a water treatment system. So I definitely want my water. I can already tell you that. The hell with all that. I want clean drinking water, and I know you do too. So let's talk about that. Okay, then, Then Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit those guys up. They love to be able to take care of you. I know he's about to add another truck, so we appreciate our guy, Jose, and let's get it on. And, I'm so proud of the guy getting better. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or go into one of their 5 locations. The main bank at 401 Elm in historic, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. Yukon, Oklahoma. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today. I know I don't feel that great. Getting tired. YB East was off the Parkway and 66 at 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40 right there in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. And then YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. Now, back to Rashawn talking about the All-Star break, the All-Star game. As I said, the format, okay, they were more competitive defensively, but they're still Steph Curry's taking shots at half court. He's just it doesn't mean anything to him. He's just out there jacking around. LeBron didn't even play, which I have an issue with. How the hell you knew you weren't going to play? Why didn't you say that before? So that Norman Powell could play. How about it be his first All-Star game? And you're going to wait till right before the game, oh, well, I don't want to play. Now you basically excluded somebody from being an All-Star. His first All-Star game. That's all you did. But, oh, yeah, that's right, you're the GOAT. GOAT my ass. It's ridiculous. And then second of all, I agree with Trae Young. It started out they were playing pretty defensively because it's only to 40. And then after that, you got to sit for 20 minutes or whatever. It's like, you lose interest. And that's basically what they did. And on top of that, I don't want to see the rising stars. I don't want to see them. If you don't give me anybody, give me the next 8 players. Who are the top? Give me the top 32 players. If we're going to do it in 4, give me the top 32. But on top of that, I don't want to see that. Like I said, do what baseball did. Whoever wins the All-Star game, they get home field advantage. And I've said today on the Unpopular Hour, you had 7 guys between the Cavaliers, the Knicks, and the Celtics. You think they weren't going to try to win to make sure they had home court advantage? You think SGA, Jokic, and those guys weren't going to try to win to make sure the West has home court advantage? Of course they were. So put something out there to make it worthwhile, because the thing with the GOAT, LeBron, and Steph and them, talking about the greatest of all time, I have to put LeBron in there simply because of my top 10. But that being said, Steph, I'm not putting you in there. You guys aren't looking ahead towards the future for these young guys. Everybody who else will pave the way for y'all, you don't give a shit because you got your bag and you don't care about what's coming down the road. Whatever. You have a $77 billion contract over the next 11 years. What happens after that? You don't matter, Steph. You got your $500 million. LeBron's got his $500 million. SGA's about to get $400 million. Luka's going to get his $400 million. But you look at SGA, he's trying to play. Some guys have that. The European guys seem to be more competitive. Now, that being said, the other option is do the Euros against the Americans. Think about the European starting 5. SGA, Luka, Jokic, Giannis, and Wemby. That's their starting 5. If you think they're not going to bust your ass, think about it. Don't think twice on that. I promise you that shit will get competitive right away from that. Promise you to get competitive. But you got to put it on something, because money, I'm getting $53 million this year. What the hell do I give about $500,000? Oh, that's going to be for my wife. She's going to go shop and go do something with it. I mean, what the hell am I going to do with $500,000? I'm getting $50 million. I'm getting $38 million. I'm getting $21 million. What is $500,000 to them? Nothing. You have to make it worth something. Give them something to play for. And I'm sorry, doing a 4-game deal is ridiculous. And it's funny now, in the slam dunk contest, now all of a sudden Ja wants to get in it. And Mac McClung, I mean, he's doing great dunks. I mean, but he's doing the same dunk almost every time, catching the ball, jumping off somebody and doing something. That ain't really, I mean, okay. Put the ball in your hand and give me something. He can't do that. But he can run and go get full speed and jump and then catch the ball and do something like tapping the ball off the backboard, off the rim and dunk it. Yeah, that's great. But how about giving me a dunk where you ain't doing all that? You do the same thing every time. It's jumping and taking the ball off somebody and doing something. It's the same fucking dunk. And the reason why that doesn't impress, I mean, it's nice, but I'm like, I've never lost a dunk contest. And my go-to dunk was the double tap off the backboard. Boom, boom, turn and dunk. And I took that off of someone, Booker T person, and he could do it 3 times. And the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh shit, he tapped it off 3 times? Wait, what? I could never get the 3rd tap. But I get the first two and then turn around and dunk it, so that's what I stayed with. That was my closing dunk. Everybody else does the 360, but people have seen that. But ain't nobody ever seen the double tap off the backboard and then turn and punch it. And Mac McClung, you get to the point where, yeah, we didn't seen it, but okay, I'm unimpressed. I've seen it, yeah, okay, cool. Quit, put the ball in your hand and jump off 2 feet or jump off a foot and then give me something that I've never seen. Vince Carter hanging in the rim. Vince Carter, the scoop, the reverse 360, the opposite direction. Not turn this way, but turn that way. The reverse 360. Give me something I haven't seen before. All that you're doing the same shit over and over and over. Put something. Don't take it off somebody else's hands. Just grab and give me something I ain't seen. You know, all these people missing all these dunks. I'm sorry. I'd rather watch the damn 3-point shooting contest, which wasn't that great either. But the NBA is starting to lose it because, number one, the players don't give a shit, and that's LeBron and Steph. Because I promise you, if LeBron and Steph cared, everybody else would care. I promise you, Kevin KD, he cares because he's a hooper. Hoopers want to hoop, and they want to bust your ass. I'm a hooper. That's what I said. Kevin Durant's old school. These guys shoot threes and they don't want to do anything. Rashawn, slam dunk contest should be canceled too. It's okay, but I'm like, all you're doing is got somebody, you jumping up over a guy, taking the ball and doing different things. Okay. You did the same 3 dunks, 3 different ways. You did the same dunk 3 different ways. Same fucking dunk. Do that once, then give me something else. Jumping over the car is nasty, I agree. But then you got the ball again and tapped it off. I mean, come on, man, give me something I ain't seen. I haven't seen that, but I'm saying after a while, all you're doing is got a guy with the ball, you're jumping, catching the ball, and doing something different. Put the ball in your hand, then jump, then give me something I haven't seen. But that's hard to do. Michael Jordan leaning sideways, coming over the top. It's hard to see. Dr. J dunking from the free throw line. Michael Jordan dunking from the free throw line. I ain't seen none of you guys do that. I ain't seen none of you guys try to dunk from the free throw line. When you look at Zach LaVine and what he did. Quit trying to grab something in Mac McClung. I mean, that's great, but dude, I'm like, okay. I quit watching. I'm like, that's all you got? I stopped watching. And whoever they had, that girl was terrible. She had no presence. She's terrible. Pretty, but she was terrible. The questions were terrible. I'm like, what the hell are you asking? But that's on the TV. Whoever produced the TNT, you're terrible. I thought y'all would be better than that. Clearly, those people who were really good for you jumped and went somewhere else. Frustrating to me. But like I said, give me 2 things All-Star break. Either give me the Internationals versus the Americans, or make it East-West. Whoever wins has the home court through the playoff. In the finals. I promise you they'll start playing for that. Because I promise you right now, the Knicks, those 3 guys from the Knicks, 3 guys from Cleveland, 2 guys from the Knicks, 2 guys from the Celtics, you think they ain't trying to win to make sure they get home court advantage? Hell yeah, they're going to try to win. Now, Dagnall, the coach, who knows what the hell he would do. Because he's overwhelmed by the whole situation anyway. But I can promise you, Atkinson, he's going to make sure they won. Why? He wants home field, home court advantage. You have 4 games at home. That matters. Home court matters. Now for the Thunder, he gives away home court 2 years in a row. Going to give it away again. Because he's a minutes manager, and the second quarter is going to cost the Thunder every damn time. He's over his skis, and you haven't put anybody on the coaching staff with any kind of experience to help him out and call him out. So we're going to see if Stephen A. Smith was right about Sam Presti or not. Is he trying to win championships, or is he trying to go to the playoffs every year? Which one is it? Which one is it? So, that being said, guys, I'm going to get off this thing and go get some rest because I've got to be up in 6 hours and 15 minutes. As I have to open up the gym tomorrow morning at 7 for our wheelchair. First games are at 8, going to 6:30. So I'll be there all day trying to get that done. But anyway, just get, Rashawn, if you got something to say or hotspot, whatever, what are your thoughts on it? I agree with you, Rashawn. The slam dunk contest. The whole NBA weekend is ridiculous. That Cavs trade put them over. It makes a huge difference. They punished the Knicks tonight. But once again, what are teams doing? They're following what the Thunder did and what Boston did. You give you perimeter defenders and you have bigs inside. That's what they are. They got another perimeter defender, and then you've got the two bigs inside. That's what they did. Oklahoma City, same thing. We got an extra defender, so now we've got Caruso, you've got Dort, you've got Kaysen, and those three, then you can bring in a Wiggins off the bench after that. And then you have the two bigs inside. Everybody's doing what Oklahoma City did. Same thing. No, but see, Rashawn, Oklahoma City's fine. You saw us tonight, dude. When we're healthy with everybody, and remember, we have 27 games left to get everybody used to playing together. And with Dagnall, there shouldn't be no Jones and no Jane. Don't want to see them on the court for no reason. You need to be trying to get ready for these last 27 games. Remember, we're only 8.5 games up. With 27 games left. And what do we say? You need to go 21-7, 22-6 to ensure the number one overall seed. And right now you're 1-0 in these last 28. Now, when you look at who we got coming up, and let's face it. Of our next 7 games, you have 4 tough games. You got to go minimum 2-2. So you should be 7-3 in this round of 10. Then you turn around and then you go 7-10 in your next 10. 8-2 is what we normally do. 8-2. So now that only puts you at 5 losses. And then you got your last set of games, your last 10, which you're going to go 7-1 because the last part of our schedule, we should be handling our business. Unless Dagnall does something stupid, we should handle our business. But that's how you got to do it. And like I said, K. Rich is the 10th guy. I'm okay with that. If you want to go for a small lineup to keep him fresh, I agree. But you know who you got. SGA, J-Dub, Dort, Chet, Ihart. Then Kaysen, Caruso, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins. That's your 9. Then if you need to, you got K. Rich. Or if somebody gets in foul trouble, you got J. Will. But other than that, if you don't need to go small, which I wouldn't, K. Rich don't see the floor, J. Will don't see the floor. Don't need to. And then when you get A.J. Mitchell back, then it's great because you can put him with that second group and you don't have to worry about having a ball. J-Dub bringing the ball up and handling the ball. You got A.J. Mitchell. But that's not until April the 4th. So the Thunder are sitting good and pretty. And I'm excited about where we're at and what we got going on. And I know you are too. So that being said, Sunday night, that game is on ESPN, by the way. And it's a late game. I believe it's the 8:30 game too. I believe. Let me pull that up. Let me see. Oops. I get that right there. Sorry, guys. I'm not looking at the camera right now. But we play Minnesota on ESPN. Yes, it is the 8:30 game. It is the 8:30 game that time. So that being said, hey, everybody go ahead and get some rest. I know I need to because I've got a long day tomorrow, and I'm just not getting over this flu stuff, and I don't want to take a chance on doing something stupid by staying up late. Take my butt to bed and get some rest. So that being said, appreciate you guys. Appreciate your support coming on air and doing all the things that you're doing. I appreciate you guys. All right? By the way, let me do this right now. Creed Cologne, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. And remember, pick the best for your best. Love Creed. Love what they're doing. Hey, they gave me some stuff, and it is fantastic. God, it smells good. They have stuff for women, too. And I'm just going to tell you, House of Creed, appreciate those guys being our latest sponsor. And I did not have them on there, and I've got to fix that to make sure that I get them in there. But here are the places that they have. Penn Square Mall, you're going to see my girl Beth. Woodland Hills Mall, if you're in the Tulsa area. Town East Mall in Wichita. Oak Park Mall in KC. Park Plaza in Little Rock, Arkansas. South Plains Mall in Lubbock. And Westgate Mall in Amarillo, which is the only place I've never been. Of all these cities, I've never been to Amarillo, which is crazy. Never been there. I know I've had a lot of fun in Lubbock, had a lot of fun in Little Rock, had a lot of fun in Kansas City, had a good time in Wichita, Tulsa. I do like me some Tulsa. And then, of course, OKC, which is where we live. So, that being said, House of Creed, boy, that stuff smells good. If you haven't tried it, you need to. Okay? You need to. I'm just telling you right now. So, anyway, hey, everybody have a good night. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you, Rashawn. Thank you, Hotspot. And thank you guys for coming on and hollering at me, okay?